Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. At the time of recording this, Kabam has not issued another retraction stating that we're about to see is a mistake. Now, I'm going to assume, even though I have many trust issues to the contrary, that Kabam is not going to issue said retraction for this group like they did, and we're about to look at that picture, for the third highest voted, barely above Absorbing Man, Mystic Champion in all of MCOC, my beloved Black Widow Clairvoyant, who, by the way, I used against 7-star Dragon Man in Battlegrounds recently, and that was still a very long fight that I did not win. But I will say this, if you want to have some fun, I've done this twice now in Battlegrounds. Face up against either Iron Doom or specifically Omega Cheeks, aka Omega Sentinel, and build up very easily Galactus, and then launch a special 1 or special 2 and just wave goodbye. It breaks my brain how amazing that damage is, and I go from that to seeing that Kabam claims that this champion will break the game as a 7-star and just think you don't even know your own game, because there are 6 stars that I am happy to say feel broken, but in the most beautiful pro player kind of way that I will never ever ever demand any kind of nerf. I will just smile and say I love playing this matchup, because at the end of the day, Battlegrounds, more than ranking up champions, is about matchups and what you do with the champions on offense. Because you can have the best possible defender. I've had a couple of Battlegrounds losses in the past month that would have been wins. I put back a good defender that they were going to have a hard time against, and you know what I did? I chose, quite stupidly, to make a dumb intercept risk when the defender had a special built up, specifically Thing, and it was night. My Domino would have probably won the fight, but not when you're dumb and you make a mistake out of impatience. With that being said, let's review, shall we, what Kabam called an error, a mistake, although I still can't believe that is the case. This was the image for the Mystic class put out on the socials. Juggernaut, Longshot, Diablo, and Black Widow Clairvoyant. You can't tell me that whoever worked on this art thought that this part of the picture was a mistake. It just doesn't make any sense. And look, I love Legacy. I generally trust Legacy. He says it was an honest mistake. He has way more intel and connections and sources at Kabam than I do. Mine is more conjecture. His is more fact. So, generally, if it's my word versus his, I would say go with his. But just strictly speaking from this banner standpoint, it's just hard for me to think that this was a mistake. I feel like, if anything, it was the percent of the poll. Like, if the poll had been, split evenly between, let's say, Longshot and Black Widow Clairvoyant and Juggernaut, even though I love Diablo, I think they would have kept it. But when you think that you're going to have a nail-biter poll and over 50% of those voted, like over 315 votes, say one champion, suddenly your goal was not achieved. Now, I think that's going to be different with the next poll. I'm very excited to talk about the next class poll that doesn't have some radioactive-looking graphic on it from what I'm about to show. Mole God is literally still a god. And even though he's not in my current deck for Battlegrounds, I find I am quite tempted often to put him in there. Specifically against annoying champions that he just counters well. Now in this meta, he may not be the best counter for Dr. Doom, but generally he melts even Doom. He just has so much value. He's so fun to play, and he's very easy to use, because if I can master him, that means he's easy to use. He is certainly somebody I'd love to see as a 7-star. I am not great with Shang-Chi. That doesn't mean I don't recognize the value of him as a 7-star. I would imagine that he's probably going to win this vote. If I was good with him at all, I would vote for him. Kate, I would not vote for. I just think she's still too new and too unproven. And even though she's fine, I would put her last on this list of champions, objectively speaking. Now, Night Monkey, I've made fun of quite often because I just didn't think he was that good. And of course, the entire time I was a noob and was playing him wrong. And once I discovered how to do some kind of rotations, he became a lot of fun. But I'd still put him third on this list. Out of these 4 champions, this is an awkward angle, I would go probably, for my personal view, I'd do Mole Man 1, Shang-Chi 2, but I think the community, and I understand why, would flip those 2. But I don't expect the poll to be nearly as convincing in this one as the percent of the last poll. So I'm really excited about it. Now again, I have trust issues from the last graphic. If Kabam comes out and says, Shang-Chi is not supposed to be a 7-star, I mean, what are you supposed to do? It sounds like a crazy world to live in, but they just did that with Black Widow Clairvoyant, and she was, yes, in the art. So, Legacy, please do not take offense to the fact that I brought you up as a way to generally be a source trusted over me. I think, if anything, that's a compliment. But I just have a hard time believing somebody is in charge of graphic design and would intentionally put a mistake in there. Now, they're just following orders, but those orders are from somebody who has to know the character. I also think, for the record, that 7-star Black Widow Clairvoyant would in no way break the game. And that's part of my confusion. Maybe Dr. Doom would. Maybe Absorbing Man would, right? Maybe Rentra would. We're not talking about those champions. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever time you chose to click on this video. I appreciate that you did. And who are you most excited to vote for? Let me know in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching.